You see the title.
You see what you see.
Yes, thoughts, guys. I'm making it clear. This is not a review of NWA 134. I believe it's 134. This is just my thoughts on it and the company itself. Because before I did this, after I saw it, I went to the websites to see if there was any new information about what was going on with NWA, and particularly the CWTV deal. And I do have information on that, and that will be at the end of this. But I'm making it clear. I am barely even going to talk about the matches themselves and the people in it, because I don't know most of those people. And I've forgotten most of what I know. I just barely remember anyone. Because it's been so long since I watched NWA. When I did that pay-per-view, and I'm very thankful everyone saw it, I'm like, I barely remember anyone there. And the kicker here is, I wish I did, but I don't. I can't give a fair assessment if this is a good show or a bad show. I can only give you a basic thought on it. But I will say this. First, production. Production is better, but it seems a little weird. Let me give it to you like this. The last time I used to watch NWA Power, and I don't even know USA is still even on. When I looked on YouTube, I didn't see any more USA episodes. So I think they're done. I think NWA USA had been phased out because of what's going on with the TV deal, I think. But there doesn't seem to be any USA. I could be wrong. You guys can tell me below. But let me give it to you like this. When I was watching both products, the camera work was bad. The lighting was okay. The audio was alright, but it needed something extra. Now, what I saw from just the introduction, the product is completely different. Now, I'm not going to tell you that it's good or bad, but the presentation does look different. And I kind of like it. The music has changed. The way they did the camera angles for the intro has changed. Does not mean it is better. It changed. And even though I kind of like the music and I kind of like what's going on, does not mean I can say that it's good. It's just, it's the first time I'm seeing it. Now, the first match, which was basically it's a bite off of Impact Wrestling in WWE. Because that's what it is. More like Impact Wrestling, because they got the turkey suit. And in this situation where it was CJ, the one who basically, who is she working with? I think Magic Jake or Magic Jack. I can't remember his name. It's been a while. Pretty much that's his woman that does that. And she got into a ring with Aaron Stevens to do a grapple match. And he lost. And he got the chicken hat put on and had to gobble gobble. And I will at least say that participation in that match from the fans was good. But let's make it clear. The fans that are in that area, which I think they're still in, what is it? The BLG Studios. I can't remember the name of the studio in Atlanta, Georgia. But pretty much, that studio never had more than, 70 or 80 people in it. Between 50 to 70 people, I think. I don't know how many people was in the studio because they got a lot of chairs, but we didn't see them always full. But I will say that participation was good. But it was a bite off of Impact Wrestling or WWE. Well, years ago with WWE. But Impact Wrestling, that's what they did every year. At least whenever they did it. So, I'm not going to say it's good. I'm not going to say it's bad. It's going to be up to your preference. For me personally, I haven't seen someone do that in a while. So, I cannot tell you that it's good or bad. This is a Thanksgiving special. So, they set it up for that. But I cannot tell you it's bad. And I can't tell you it's good. It depends on you. Leave a comment below. Now, we got Big Mama versus Kylan. What is it? Kenzie Page or Kylie Page. I can't remember. I think it's Kylie Page. That's Kenzie's younger sister. If I'm remembering the names. It's been a while since I've seen the Page sisters. I've forgotten. I know that Empowered is still there with a Page. I think Kenzie. No, wait a minute. Is Kylie. My mistake. Kylie is with Envy, I believe, as the current women's champions. So, seeing that she's going up against someone who's supposedly debuting, really, I don't know how they're booking Paige. I don't. I don't know if they're beginning to book her as a singles competitor, and that is the reason why she won against Big Mama, who looked stupid, who's supposedly more experienced than Kenzie, or Kylie. Kylie. I think her name is Kylie. She's supposed to be more experienced, but it got her ass whooped. And if she's debuting in NWA, why don't they give her a jobber to go up against? She just straight up lost. And that's just the deal. She just straight up lost. And it was clean. There was no cheating. Generally from Paige. No cheating. And it didn't seem believable. So that didn't look good. The only thing that really looked good was Maxine Taylor. Now, I remember her. Now, supposedly, she now has the Princess title and the Women's TV title. Now, I do remember that there is a Women's TV title now. And I do believe it's the same principle as what happened with Tyrus. 7 wins, you get a shot at the title. But then you're hearing Father Mitchell saying because she pinned Mim, that what happened at Swinheim, I believe that's the name of it, that he's the current TV champion, she's the current TV champion. Now, supposing he said she could be going after that title. Now, here's the thing. If that was a person with a Kenzie Page's size, I believe her name is Kenzie. If she was that size going up against Mim, I wouldn't believe shit. But due to the fact that Maxine Taylor, when I remember during the pay-per-view, is literally the same size as Mim. Almost literally, Mim is here. She's almost like this. She is not a small woman. So I could buy that she's big enough to go up against him and maybe strong enough to be able to do a suplex and a slam with him. I'm taking a guess that she has over the years. And I do remember when I did look at GCW those few times and I think another promotion, that she was going up against men. So I can't buy that. But still, she's going up against that instead of focusing on Paige. And that's what Father Mitchell talked about. Talking about Paige and those beautiful eyes are still scared about what happened with Maxine Taylor because she lost the television title. Let me give it to you like this. After that match, after the second match, we saw 4 100% grade A jobber rookies. It was so bad, that match, that one of those guys, I think it was Hollywood, he was supposed to swing at the guy, and the guy's face is here, and he's going this far, and the camera caught it. And then he flew back and basically hit the floor. It would have been better if he hit him. Because even if he hit him a bit, and not too hard, at least it would look believable. And then this other guy who seemed to be doing martial arts, and it looks so janky that he does a round kick. And then he goes, and he's going like this, and it looks like he's trying to either do the Avatar, the Airbender, or a little bit of Sun Goku. A little bit of Sun Goku. If you're going to be like that and have that little accent at the end. Sun Goku. Going to do a fireball at him, or possibly a Kamehameha at him, and he looks stupid doing it. Instead of literally going to do the move, and then balling his fist, and doing a straight like this, with both his fists, to make it look good. He looked stupid, and most of the match was stupid. Now, mind you, the production value for NWA has improved pretty well enough that you can see what's going on in the ring. You can see what's going on outside the ring. The audio seems to be alright. So I can say, when it comes to production, they've improved, and they have improved. But I gotta admit, the platforms that they set up so you could see, I'm not fond of that. Because those platforms are really not needed. They didn't even need platforms. The only thing they need to do is this. I don't know how people don't get it. If you want people to see your product, instead of zooming in like this and thinking people are going to enjoy what little you're going to show them, why not just zoom out and let people see the arena for what it is? You got big guys holding those damn cameras, one of them going like this, so he can hold on to it. You can't tell me the only thing you got to do is just pull back on the damn lens. It's not that hard. And then the 6-man tag. Now, I can't really comment on the 6-man tag. I'm not going to comment. But I am going to say they did have it. I do recognize at least 2 people there. And then another 3. And particularly Kerry Morton. That he's now with what do they call themselves? The 6 what? The Gentleman 6 or something? The Southern 6, I think that's it. I'm only going to tell you that, seeing that they are trying to build characters there, that's fine. The slime balls, I can't tell you if it's good or not. I can't tell you if the slime balls will work or not. I can't. I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm not going to say it's good. I can't. I can only tell you that they did a segment with 2 guys that are calling themselves the slime balls. And essentially speaking, the only thing else that I can say is Joe Galley and Danny Deals on commentary, because now Tim Storm is gone back to wrestling. And as I kind of said earlier, he don't look muscled anymore. He don't look like he's been working out like he used to when he was in the ring. Now, supposedly he's going to try and go back full time. Now, how old is he? He's like 58, 57 years old. Because I think it was 55 or 53, 3 or 4 years ago, when he finally transitioned from being in the ring to commentary. So he's either 56 or 58 years old. I'm not sure where he lands. Now, I'm not saying he couldn't still perform, but I don't know if that's going to work or not. I really don't know because I'm watching the product. And I'm not going to tell you that this episode was great. I'm not. Because I don't know the product anymore. But I am going to say this from what I learned from the website. I only found 2 articles, guys.
I walked across 5 different sites.
I walked down the internet road to see if there's anything that I can find in the NWA and the CW deal. The only thing I found was 2 current ones. Well, 2 of them. One that was from the 8th of November and the one that actually came out yesterday. The one from the 8th of November was about the frustration from the wrestlers, supposedly, because of the TV deal. They're frustrated now because of what happened with the cocaine spot that happened in the last Swearheim. I believe that's what it's called. And that was with Father Mitchell, which I understand with Eric Bischoff, because I did check with Eric and see what he said. He said, what did they actually do? It didn't get Father Mitchell over any more than he was. And it didn't help any of those women that were with him because they're not working with them. And Billy Corgan signing off on it because it wasn't Father Mitchell who wanted it more. It was Billy who did. Let me give it to you like this, guys. Wrestling has pushed the envelope of what you can see on TV. Let's make that clear. The sex scene with Edge and Lita in the ring trying to screw one another was extremely edgy of the time. Everybody wanted to know, did he stick it in there? Because they were legitimately boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. And Matt Hardy got screwed over and was really hurt because of it in real life. But they wondered in the ring, did they it's possible to pull something down quickly and just go, and no one's going to realize they can have a little bit of fun while they're trying to do the segment, and no one's going to know the difference. The only thing we have to do is just rock the sheets and make them look good, but we're actually screwing one another. Some people thought that. But the point is that wrestling has pushed the envelope in television for years. They've done it. And did this help? No. Because from what I understand, NXT now has a 5-year deal with CW. But this is what had been reported around the time of the 8th. But now the 22nd, there's a report. This is what gets interesting. Yesterday, people noticed on the CW, on the app CW, not the network, not the show, but the app. How many episodes? 8 episodes of the new era of NWA Power, which started from 124 until 132, I believe. Yeah, 124 to 132. So there are 8 episodes currently aired on the CW app. It has now been recently added. Now the problem here is, and the question, are the CW going to continue running more episodes of NWA? Because they've only aired 8 of them. Currently they're on 134. Will they continue doing that? Or it's just like a trial period for the NWA. Now, supposedly in that same article, there is another network they can go to. It's not just the CW. They had 2 networks. 2 of them. One of them is obvious, the CW, because they are airing their own Power episodes there. But the other network is the question, who is it? It's one of the top 20. So the question is, who is it? It can't be one of the main networks. It's going to be one of probably the cable networks. The question is, which one? So I can't tell you this is good or not. I can't tell you that this is going to help NWA. When it comes down to it, Billy screwed up when he wanted that cocaine spot. Now, I'm not saying that NWA would get the network deal because of it, if it had not been there, because I think CW would have probably still gone with NXT. Let's make it clear. I truly believe CW would have taken NXT over NWA. I truly do believe it. I do believe that because they got a lot more power behind them because they're part of WWE. There's just no way around it. There's no way. Because if it didn't matter about if it didn't really matter about NXT, they could have gotten MLW. Or better yet, they could have gotten Impact Wrestling. Let me say that again.
If WWE was not the factor, they could have made a deal with Impact Wrestling.
And I know CW is not one of the biggest networks, but Impact Wrestling has been wanting to get on a major network for years. They've had Spike. They had Destination America. They've had Access TV. If they got into CW deal, that would give them a lot more than what they got. That could have helped them. So if it was never about the WWE and they just wanted any wrestling company, they could have gone either NWA or TNA, which has been getting a lot of traction going back to the original branding. So it was obvious they were going to go for NXT eventually. It was going to be obvious. It was going to either be NWA, NXT. They're going to go for NXT first. I really do believe that. It's just that what I think happened here, NXT was offered alongside NWA. Let's make it clear. TKO Group Holdings, they offered this to the CW saying, hey, we'll give you this. NWA, hey, we got this. And they probably were trying to decide which one was the best one. And they thought, well, NXT is asking for a lot of money through WWE, TKO Group Holdings, or TKO WWE. They're asking for a lot of money there. But NWA, they got some recognition names still. And the product hasn't been that bad. And they're asking for way less. Maybe we should go for this one. They've been around longer than WWE. They have. They've been around since 1949. Whether you think they're the best company to ever produce or not, they're one of the oldest, well-known, and the only one that was used as the focal point for the territories. That was probably what was thought about, even though they've lost a lot of steam with that. But after what happened with Schwanheim, NXT. But they are on the app. Does that mean that's going to help them? I don't know. But it's just me. Peace.